Good day, this is Teacher Rowan. I'll be your guide in exploring Google Apps for education, for teaching and learning. In Google for Education, teachers can connect and collaborate easily while staying on task. It gives teachers the freedom to spend more time personalizing the learning experience and less time managing it. Students can learn essential skills such as 21st century problem solving, which they can use it in their future careers. As such, the accessibility features will also help and assist every learner to do their best work. Google offers different useful applications that we can use to connect education to technology. This will help our teachers as a 21st century educators to innovate and find ways on how to make teaching and learning more exciting, engaging, effective, and flexible to the demands of the society. Let's re-explore the education experience by discovering new angles to create, collaborate, and communicate as one. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Ang pagkatuto huwag gawing komplikado. Sulong edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng DepEd Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del P. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Hello everyone, good afternoon, maulang tanghali para sa mga taga Cavite dyan. So right now medyo pumapatak-patak yung ulan dito, so I apologize advance sa inyo po dahil medyo magkakaroon ng ingay yung ating bubungan. But I'm hoping that you guys would still try to understand my words as possible, kasi I don't know if this one would get harder mamaya, hindi ko po alam, but I'm hoping that things would go well for all of us. Okay, so welcome back once again to our ETUlay session. This is Tutor T on Contact Center Services for Grade 10 students, and this is our fourth quarter, and we are in the week 2. And today's session is going to cover 2 of your learning module. If you are from the schools division of Pasig City, you're pretty much using the same module that I'm using, so it's really an advantage to you. It will benefit you a lot if you are using the module from SDO Pasig. And we're going to have several activities for today for this session, and I'm hoping that you guys would participate using the comments section below. So, and as well, I would like to ask you to please share this session to your classmates, to your friends, to your teachers, to other people, to your friends who you think would benefit from this session, especially for those who are looking for a contact center job. This will benefit them right away. But this is especially designed for our learners. Ayan, medyo lumalakas na yung ulan natin. So I hope medyo maayos pa naman yung ating sound reception ngayon. Okay. Di na akong papatumpik-tumpik. Diretso tayo sa lesson natin. Medyo mahaba itong isang ito. And I hope that we'll be able to discuss this in depth and at the same time, I'm going to be able to share you some skills that would really help you. Ngayon, right away, magagamit nyo na how you answer phone calls, how you put the customer on hold or put someone on hold. Like, for example, tumawag sila, hinahanap nila yung nanay mo, tapos wala, ano yung proper way, yung professional way na basta mo lang ba iwanan yung cellphone habang hinahanap mo yung nanay mo. So something like that. But in the call center industry, it's something different. There are skills that you have to apply, to use, for you to be able to sound professional and for you to sound that you know that you're what you're doing. So ganun siya sa call center industry. Okay? So magkaroon muna tayo ng review of the past lesson because last week we discussed about answering and talking on the phone. And we learn several principles that would really help level up your customer service skill when it comes to speaking on the telephone. Okay? So good afternoon from Merlin Paalaman. Good afternoon, everyone daw. And thank you for tuning in, Merlin. And so we learned that we don't just say hello. So kapag may tumawag sa atin, 'di ba? Sabi natin, "Hello." "Hello po." Ganun lang tayo, 'di ba? Hanggang sa sumagot. Pag hindi sumagot, hello lang tayo ng hello. Alright? 'Di ba ganun yung ginagawa natin? And we learn also that upon answering a telephone call, we need to thank the customer or thank that someone on the other end of the line. Thank you for calling. Hello, thank you for calling. And then brand the call using company's name. For example, the name of your company is ABC or the name of your company is Shopaholic. Halimbawa, hello, thank you for calling Shopaholic. Tapos sabihin mo yung pangalan mo. This is RJ. How may I help you today? So ganun lang kasimple. So hello, thank you for calling Shopaholic. This is RJ. How may I help you today? So ganun lang buksan yung tawag. So there are different skills na pwede mo namang i-apply, but basically these are the things that you need to include or incorporate in your opening skills. Don't just say hello, thank the customer, brand your call using company's name, and then keep the greeting short and concise. Okay. Next are these things that we also discussed last week. During the call, you need to be warm and enthusiastic because it's a lot easier to get boring on the call because a lot of our call center representatives are on night shift and they're pretty much tired. Sometimes they do have activities on the day that somehow reduce the time of their sleep. Okay? Babawasan yung tulog nila kaya medyo kapag gabi na inaantok na sila. But most of them are used to it. They take some energy drink to keep them awake, some coffee, but I wouldn't suggest you do that because that would deteriorate your health. As much as possible, take as much sleep as possible. Yun yung ideal talaga. Hindi tayo mag-rely sa mga energy drink, sa coffee, di ba? Kasi hindi maganda yung maitutulong nun sa ating kalusugan. And watching from Ternate, Cavite, Ma'am Maria Teresa Italia, please share the link to your students para mas marami tayong viewers. Sa pagkakataon ito, mas maraming viewers na nagpa-participate, mas masarap mag-discuss, di ba? Okay. Next thing that we discussed last week, pronounce words clearly. Or no, we forgot about it. It's one of the most important thing actually. You have to add a smile to your voice. And I asked last week, how are you going to add a smile to your voice? Paano ba natin gagawin yan? Okay, so there is a difference between having a smile on your face while you're speaking and just speaking. When you put a smile on your face, your voice sounds different when you do that. Diba? Pagka naka-smile ka, masigla yung boses mo. Pero kapag hindi ka naka-smile, medyo stiff yung voice mo. Okay? So you can see the difference. Halimbawa ako, thank you for calling ABC Healthcare. This is RJ. How may I help you? So hindi ako naka-smile. Yung voice ko, medyo okay siya, pero it sound stiff. But if I smile, thank you for calling ABC Healthcare. This is RJ. How may I help you today? nakikita nyo agad yung difference. So you just have to put a smile on your face to be able to add a smile to your voice. So ganun lang siya kasimple. Smile ka lang habang nagsasalita. It's not more on naka-smile ka lang, but it's more on the shape of your mouth. Okay? Doon siya sa shape ng bibig mo. Kaya nakaka-apekto siya doon sa sound ng voice mo. Okay? Then pronounce words clearly. So when we say pronounce words clearly, there is a pressure to you as an agent because you would like to meet productivity. Productivity means you have to meet a certain number of calls in a day for you to meet that productivity. And at the same time, you need to meet quality. You need to have a successful or you need to have successful calls throughout the day that satisfy your customer. So dapat balance yun. So it's not too fast because if you speak too fast, it might delay you coming up to a resolution because you wouldn't understand each other kapag ka masyado kang mabilis magsalita. The tendency is that you speak fast because you want to finish the call as early as possible to meet productivity, that you jeopardize quality. So you have to you have to draw the line between productivity and quality all at the same time. So the ground rule is you have to pronounce your words clearly because the most important thing in call center job is the customer and the agent understand one another so that they could come up to a resolution. So yun yung pinaka-importante. Okay? Domino reaction, what is your name? But if you're asking for my name, I'm RJ Telia, and what I'm using in this, what my screen name is Shooter T. So I just like to be called Shooter T because I remember my team leader, we usually call him T. So that's the reason why I call myself Shooter T to kind of align it to the subject. And at the same time, my surname is Telia. So yeah, T, Telia, and T, TL, or team lead. All right, so avoid using buzzwords and fillers. In a normal conversation, it's really hard to take away or to remove those fillers and buzzwords because we're used to using those words. But to sound more professional, you need to use alternative words so that you wouldn't sound monotonous. You wouldn't sound like a robot. Okay, not all the time you say okay, like me right now. I'm using okay, 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 okay. It's a buzzwords. I keep repeating the same word over and over, and it's not pleasing, right? But if I use all right, certainly, absolutely, ano pa? Certainly, definitely, 'di ba? May variation that adds spice on your conversation, on your speaking, 'di ba? And then yung huli, take the details completely and accurately. It's important for you to be able to get all those details correctly. Okay? Hindi ang dami mo kasi nagno-note ka. So during the call, you multitask, you take notes while you're on the call, and you have to make sure that whatever you do are put on the comment are what the customer was speaking or was saying sa'yo. Kaya dapat accurate talaga. Dapat nakikinig kang mabuti. So, importante siya. You have to have this attention to detail na skill. All right? So, that's it for our review. I hope you get to remember those things that we discussed last week. All right, so we're going to proceed to our lesson for this session, and that is hold process. Like what I said earlier, this comprises two modules, but I just decided to compress them into one session because I really want to help you, advance and at the same time cope with the actual discussion that you're having with your teacher as much as possible. So we do have like 8 weeks to discuss how many modules, like 16 or more than that modules, and I need to compress it to make sure that we are synchronize or sync with what you're discussing with your teacher. Okay? So again, this is just a supplement to your discussion. Ang pinaka-importante pa rin, you attend your class if you are attending a synchronous class, and you accomplish those activities asked by your teacher. Yun yung pinaka-importante. Okay, so we'd like to acknowledge of course, the people behind the module. It was written by Ma'am Lady Remelin Carla T. Occidental, edited by Ma'am Amelisa N. Vasquez, reviewed by Ma'am Heidi S. Garrido, illustrated by Sir Emmanuel D. Ubaldo, under the management team, under the leadership of Ma'am Eva de Concepcion A. Agustin, OIC Schools Division Superintendent of Pasig City. Ayan. So I hope patuloy tayo makagamit ng module nila. It's been very helpful sa akin, especially in my DepEd TV episodes and dito sa ating ETUlay session. So what are our expectations for this session? Una, I want you to be able to enumerate the reasons for putting a call on hold. So ano yung mga dahilan bakit kailangan nating i-put on hold yung ating customer? Because there are times where there are agents actually who could keep speaking with the customer even though they're doing other things. So they do not put the customer on hold, but still they're able to do the things for their customer. So, but there are agents who are not able to do that, and a lot of agents are not able to do that. So that's the reason why they have to put the customer on hold. Okay, next. Understand how to put the call on hold accordingly. How to properly put the call on hold, wherein your customer wouldn't be offended, wouldn't be angry at you because you kinda hang him up on air, di ba? Dapat hindi ganon. So how to put the customer on hold properly or accordingly. And then value the essence of asking permission, giving honest call hold estimates. So you have to understand why is it important to ask customer for permission before putting them on hold and giving them honest call hold estimate how long the call should take. Dapat may bigay mo siya honestly and accurately because we don't wanna get the customer mad or angry at us because we are not we tell them to we tell them that we're going to put them on hold for 2 minutes, but it's actually 5 minutes before we get back to them. So that shouldn't happen in a call center because that would really dissatisfy our customer. Okay. Number 4, I want you to be able to enumerate the proper ways of returning calls while customer is on call hold. Paano mo siya babalikan? Ano yung tamang paraan? Paano mo umpisan yung tawag ulit? So when you put the customer on hold, basically the customer was just there waiting for you to go back, and you just press the hold button or you just mute yourself so that the customer wouldn't hear you while you're doing or asking some questions to your, let's say, your seatmate doon sa cubicle. May katabi ka if you don't know the answer and you need some information that would help you resolve the concern or the issue of the customer. Dapat hindi niya marinig. So you put the customer on hold, click the hold button or the mute button para hindi kanya naririnig. So paano ka babalik after that? Okay? Pagkatapos mo mag-unmute. And then create a dialogue between an agent and caller showing proper closing of call. So this one is something that I would ask from you literally later on. So the rest of this is something that you would be able to accomplish with your school teacher. Your school teacher would probably give you some of the tasks in the learning module to accomplish, and you're going to answer them, and you're going to be able to do these things by tuning in with this ETUlay session. You're going to have an idea how to do these things. You're going to be able to enumerate the reasons of putting customer on hold and the rest of these expectations. And yung huli, pero yung pag-create ng dialogue, that is something that I would ask from you later on. And then number 6, I want you to be able to recognize the significance of acknowledging the customer. Okay? Paano ba natin gagawin yung pag-acknowledge sa customer? Okay. So marami tayong matutunan sa ngayong hapon, but first of all, I just want to review your prior knowledge about this. And what you're going to do is that you're going to hit like if the statement is correct. You're gonna hit dislike if the statement is incorrect. So yun lang, ganun lang kasimple. Okay? So ready na ang ating mga daliri. Comment, click lang natin yung like kung itong statement pa na ito ay kailangang or tama. So number 1, you should thank the customer for waiting. Okay? You should thank the customer for waiting. Is that a like or dislike? A like or dislike? Thank the customer for waiting. Is this something that you should do? Or something that you shouldn't do? Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer. If you don't answer, I'm going to give you the answer. Number 1, you should thank the customer for waiting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, the answer is this is correct. Thank the customer for waiting. Number 2, never apologize to your caller. A lot of people, it's really hard for them to apologize, especially if you commit a mistake to your close friends, family members, relatives, diba? Ang hirap minsan mag-sorry. But in call center, is it something that you should do often or something that you shouldn't do? Yung mag-apologize sa ating customer. Sabi ni Caroline Alejado, it's a like. Yes, number 1 is a like. How about number 2? Sabi ni Madeline De Leon, number 1, it's a like. Yes, that's correct. How about number 2? I want to know your take dito sa number 2. Is it something that you should do often? You never apologize to your caller? Or something that you should learn how to do? Apologize to your caller. Never apologize to your caller. Is it a like or dislike? Okay, from Madeline, we get answer from Madeline De Leon. Where are you from, Madeline? And from Caroline Alejado, dislike. Okay, where are you from, guys? Tell me so that I can give you a shout out. What school are you from? And same time, you're gonna be able to recognize by our viewers as well. Okay, sabi ni Joni Sikondo, it's a dislike. All right, so let's get to our answer. Is it a like or dislike? Of course, it is a dislike. You should apologize to your caller. Learn how to apologize to your caller, especially if you're gonna put them on hold, or if there's something that you couldn't accomplish or you couldn't do for them, or is there something that your company frustrate that, or there's something that frustrate your customer pertaining to the service from your company. Okay, Ternate Cavite daw, Madeline De Leon. So we're both here from Ternate Cavite. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so how about number 3? Number 3, by using the computer's customer's name, is it easier to establish a rapport? Is that true? When you use someone's name, is it easier to build relationship with that person? Tama ba? Si Joni, hold on. Si Joni Sitondo is from Dumaguete, Puser, Norso MC1. So I don't understand this Norso MC1. Could you elaborate this one? Caroline Alejado, number 3 is a like. Is it a like? Ano yung nararamdaman nyo kapag binabanggit ko yung pangalan? Hi, Caroline. Hi, Joni. Does it build rapport? Does it build closeness between us, even though we are far apart from each other? Okay, let's find out. Sabi ni Caroline, it's a like. Number 3, is it a like or a dislike? Yeah, it's a like. Okay, you're correct, Caroline. How about number 4? Giving reassurance helps the caller feel that resolution of their issues is on its way. Giving reassurance. You make sure that you're going to resolve the issue. So all right, Joni C from Joni. Norso means Negros Occidental State University main campus 1. Wow. So we are being watched by the people or one of the students of Negros Oriental State University. I've been in Negros Occidental. Oriental a bit. I think Oriental ang hinubaan, or I don't know, or Valle Hermoso, some Gihulngan, I think, but I'm not quite sure. But I've been in Negros. Ayan. Number 4 daw, sabi ni Caroline, it's a like. Sabi ni Joni, it's a like. Sabi ni Madeline, it's a like. Let's see. Let's go find out whether it's a like or a dislike. Yes, it's a like. So you should give reassurance to your caller so that they'll know that resolution is on its way. Okay? Next, ending a call is as important as greeting and customer, then the customer in the initial part of the call. So ending a call or closing a call is as important as opening the call. So that's basically the question. Importante ba yung pag-close ng call? Yung pag-close ba ng call ay singhalaga ng pag-open ng call? Okay, I want some comments from our Facebook viewers. Okay, let's see. And I also wanted to shout out my co-teachers from Noveleta National High School. Hi, I'm here at ETUlay session. I hope we would be able to get our vaccine as early as possible so that things will get normalized for the people. Then sa buong Pilipinas, I hope we all get vaccinated at makapag-participate na tayo in a normal way of life once again. Okay, number 5 from Joni, it's a like. Caroline, it's a like. Madeline, it's a like. You guys are all correct. Okay, that's a like. Okay, ito namang 5 items na ito. Ito naman yung I want you to determine whether the statement that I'm gonna show you is a good reason for putting the customer on hold. Okay, is it a good reason for a customer to be put on hold? Yun yung question. Like if it's a good reason to put the customer on hold. Dislike if it's not a good reason to put the customer on hold. Okay, let's see with this one. So you're gonna put the customer on hold because you're going to finish a snack. I don't know if that is allowed to in some of the call center company out there to bring a snack in the production floor, but I doubt it. You could only bring bottled water in the call center company that I work for way back in 2018. So is it a good reason to put a customer on hold to finish a snack? Sabi ni Caroline, it's a dislike. Sabi ni Joni, it's a dislike. Wow, you guys are doing such an amazing job understanding this topic. I think it's a common sense actually. So you pretty much have a great common sense, diba? It's a dislike, of course. How about number 7? To make time in pulling out customers' details. Okay, so once you receive a call, and then, for example, the customer have a concern regarding a purchase, you're gonna need to get customers' information, put it in the system for you to be able to retrieve the information about the purchase. So yung number 7, sabi ni Joni, yung number 6 is a dislike. Sabi ni Madeline, it's a dislike. Yeah, we're on number 7. I think our comment is a bit late on my StreamYard, pero I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to catch on din sa inyo. Yung halos sabay sync sana. So hintayin ko kayo. Number 7. Is it a good reason to put the customer on hold when you're pulling out customers' details? Okay, number 7. I'm waiting for number 7. Is it a like or a dislike? Sabi ni Caroline, it's a like. Number 7 is a like. Madeline, it's a like. Wow, ang gagaling naman ng aking mga participants. Sabi ni Joni, it's a like. Wow, so it's a like. How about number 8? To confirm information from the supervisor. All right, so a lot of times when you are a newbie in a call center, there are several things that you don't know yet. And too often, you're gonna ask your coworkers who had a lot of experience, who had been there, who are tenured, and you don't want your customer to hear that you don't know the answer, and you need someone to tell you the answer for their concern or an instruction for you to be able to resolve their issue. And this is something, is this a good reason to put them on hold, that you don't know how to answer or how to resolve the issue, and you're going to ask your supervisor and ask your coworkers who have experience about this same issue? Okay, is it a like or dislike? Sabi ni Caroline, is a like. Madeline, it's a like as well. Okay, tama yan, tama. Sabi ni Joni, it's a like. Okay, tama yan. So we can put the customer on hold. We can mute the customer, or not the customer, you. You can put the customer on hold because you're going to ask your supervisor for an information. How about to have leisure chat with workmates? You just decided, just got tired, you had finished, let's say you meet your productivity an hour before you finish you finish the office hours, you meet your productivity, and you just wanna hang out, diba? So are you going to put your customer on hold because you just wanna chat with your workmates? It's a dislike, sabi ni Joni. Dislike, sabi ni Caroline. Okay, you guys are correct. It's a dislike. How about number 10? To execute web-based troubleshooting tips. Okay, not all the time, especially if you're working in a technical support. There are issues, there are concerns and problems about their hardware components, about software that you already know. That's been part of the training, but that have been part of the training rather, and there are problems and issues that you only that you will encounter at that particular time, and that you don't know how to do, how to fix. You don't know the instruction, you don't know how to troubleshoot. So itong number 10, you put the customer on hold because you're going to execute web-based troubleshooting tips. Okay, is that proper way or a good reason for putting the customer on hold? Okay, is that a good way or a good reason for putting customer on hold? Number 10. Ayan. So we're waiting for your comments kung yan ba ay magandang dahilan para i-put on hold yung customer. I just remember a time where I said when I was a newbie in the call center, and I was just learning at that time. Even at this time, actually, I'm still learning. I still have a lot of things to improve on about myself. And I love the feeling of learning. I love the feeling of inadequacy that will push you harder to learn new things. At that time, the customer laughed at me because I said to the customer, if he would allow me to hold him, or may I hold you, something like that. I forgot to use the word put on hold. So magkaiba yung hold and put on hold. Yung hold kasi parang yayakapin mo yung customer. Yung put on hold, ihahang mo muna yung tawag and maghihintay ka. So number 10, is it a good reason to put the customer on hold to execute web-based troubleshooting tips? Okay, so it's a like. Okay, that's okay, especially if the reason for putting the customer on hold is for you to be able to resolve the issue. That is okay. Sabi ni Caroline, it's a like. Yeah, that is a like. Okay, when was it okay to put the customer on hold? So you pretty much have ideas. When was the time that it's okay to put the customer on hold? Because of our pretest. Una, to make time in pulling out customers' details. Pangalawa, to confirm information. I'm sorry, I lost the. Okay, I think I lost the second screen. Hold on for a moment. Ayan. Hindi ko kasi makikita ang inyong mga comments if I don't use the second screen. Let me fix this for a moment. So while waiting, the activity that I'm going to ask you is you're going to write a mock call script. You're going to submit that mock call script to me and on my email address. And if that mock call script is something that I like or something that you do pretty well, I'm going to use that mock call in our next session, and you're going to be featured in our ETUlay session also on DepEd TV. I don't know what's the problem with this one, but my second monitor is not working right now. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to read your comments. Hold on. Okay. So this happens. Hope this one works. All right, so can I discuss things with you without PowerPoint presentation? Because I want to read your comments. If I use PowerPoint presentation, I'm not going to be able to share my screen with you guys. Okay. Hold on. What's the problem? I think I'm gonna ask my director to take over for a while I'm fixing this monitor, because it's really important for them to see the PowerPoint presentation.
Turkey. Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Hello, sir. Narinig niyo po ako?
Yes, sir.
Anong need, sir, na assistance?
I-fix ko, sir, itong second monitor, kasi parang nagkukan siya, nag-flicker. And I don't know if I'm able to show my monitor still sa kanila.
Okay, noted, sir. Ang naka-share ngayon, sir, is the presentation.
Presentation, sir. So okay lang, sir, kahit siguro hindi ko na nakikita, no?
If our online learners will benefit in seeing it, or it's essential for them to watch it, pwede niyo, sir, i-close muna yung share screen, tapos share niyo po yung
Sige, sir. Alright.
So similar to a customer on hold, we are having a technical
we're putting you on hold.
hold on sa ating mga online learners, si Caroline, si Joni, si Madeline. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and kapit lang in sabi nga natin, we're just try to fix, and it's mga scenario as a customer or contact center representative, or kung ano man ang tawag, customer support, iba-iba kasi yan.
Sir,
iba-ibang company.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, nakikita ba nila yung screen ko right now?
Not yet, sir. You try to share your screen. Hi, Tony. Joni, rather. So, just, para tayong may scenario talaga. Si 2:30 ang,
Ako ang
ang
agent.
agent. Okay, so, hindi ko pa rin, sir, makita yung monitor niyo, sir.
Siguro I would discuss without presentation. And kaya lang, the problem is, can I connect with my cell phone?
Yes, sure, sure.
Cell phone ako mag-connect.
No problem. Just make sure that if you're going to put your customer on hold, it should
They know.
be, yeah, they know how long and ano yung, ano ba yung purpose mo, bakit mo kailangan i-hold. So, are you holding them because you're looking for your data or for more information? Are you going to talk to the soup or supervisor? Pero dapat kaya mong i-hold pero kaya mong ikaw mag-support pa rin. Hindi kailangan ng unless kailangan ng access from the soup or the manager para ma-open yung halimbawa ang account or data or mas laliman pa yung pagsa-search.
So what I'm going to do, sir, is that I'm gonna use my phone for them to see me, and then I'm going to use my laptop to show them the PowerPoint presentation. Ganun ba yun, sir? Mag-work?
Yep, you can actually share your slide here and entire screen. If you're going to select entire screen, you will see the whole desktop.
No, wala, sir. Teka lang, ha?
Domino reaction is asking, what is your name po? As you can see in our screen, I am Tutor Madge, and we have your tutor for contact center services for our grade 10 learners, Tutor T. And we are very happy to have you here, Domino. And so I can now see your desktop screen, Tutor T.
Sige po. So, punta lang ako sa PowerPoint. Ito, sir. Teka lang, madaming nag-click. So, where did we stop? So, here. All right. So, can you still see me?
Yes, sir.
Ayan. So, right. So, I hope I can still read your comments, and Tutor Madge would help us.
Sure
Okay.
thing.
So, these are the time where putting the customer on hold is necessary. So, to confirm information from the supervisor or other department, execute web-based troubleshooting tips. We've gone through this. To update a lengthy or complex transcript. So there are times where you gotta put comments or information to make sure that the next agent would handle the case or the issue would be able to pick up where you left off. Kaya kailangan mo mag-put ng comment doon sa system, information about your customer. Ano yung request niya, ano yung mga issues niya, ano yung demeanor niya. Those are the information that are important for you to put in doon sa system ninyo. Okay? Next is yung before putting the customer on hold. These are the things that you gotta do. You ask for permission before placing the customer on hold. And you do it properly by first apologizing and notifying the customer that you will put the call on hold. So don't do this like without any sign, don't do this by surprise. Tell them. For example, you gotta call for the supervisor. You need to look for the supervisor, and the customer wanted to speak with the supervisor, and the supervisor is limited. Like there's, say, one supervisor in one team. And what if your supervisor is assisting another agent? In those cases, or in that case, you're going to put the customer on hold because you gotta wait for your supervisor to finish assisting the agent that he or she is assisting at that moment. So you need to say, I'm sorry, but my apology. Uh, but we will have to wait for my supervisor to finish assisting another agent. So for that reason, may I put you on hold for 2 minutes so that I can arrange the transfer. I can arrange your transfer to my supervisor. So you transfer the call to your supervisor. So ganun siya. And yun, pretty much, I already discussed yung stating the reason why you need to do so. Tell the customer why you need to put them on hold. Okay. Then ask permission before placing the caller on hold. You ask permission by using the word may I or can I. And I think it's a lot. It's more appropriate to use may I because that's asking for permission. Can I is asking for ability, but you can still use can I. Can I put you on hold or may I put you on hold? Okay, and a script for this, mamaya pala. So hold estimates muna. What is hold estimates? Dapat sabihin mo rin how long you should put the customer on hold. Should you put the customer for 1 minute, for 2 minutes, or 3 minutes? In the industry standard, in most cases, they don't want to put the customer on hold for over or more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes is the maximum allowable time that you could put the customer on hold. If you need extra more time, you need to return the call to the customer and tell him or her why you need to apologize. Of course, I'm sorry, but I will have to put you on hold for another 2 minutes because my supervisor is still assisting the agent. May I put you on hold again? Something like that. So you kind of have to repeat the process until you have enough time. But there are cases where it's really impossible to like the customer has like become or has become impatient about it. You can just said, I'm really sorry. My supervisor is really not available at this time. They are called for a meeting. There's a meeting that he's attending right now. Can I give you a call back after an hour after their meeting? And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be able to transfer you or to connect you to my supervisor, something like that. There are times where you really couldn't have the customer wait for too long because that would really piss them off, diba? Next, among the factors to be considered in giving call hold estimates are call queue. Ay gaano karaming tawag yung kailangang i-assist ng supervisor mo, for example, or gaano karaming tawag yung kailangang sagutin ng mga agent that could handle the issue. Okay? And then approximate length of the call, and then number of agents available to take the call, and then estimated time the customer is willing to wait. So yun yung mga important factors to consider if you're going to put the customer on hold or if you're going to give an estimate hold time. Okay? So dapat accurate ka. Dapat binibit mo. Some of the companies that I know of, they tell the customer like, let's say, I'm going to put you on hold for 3 minutes, but they beat that expectation. So they return the call before 3 minutes or after a minute. But the maximum is 3 minutes or 2 minutes. Okay? Depende. Pero dapat hindi ka lalampas dun sa binigay mong estimate because they want you to be honest. They don't want to be like hindi nila gusto parang niloko mo sila. Mali yung binigay mo na information about the hold estimate. And then this is the sample script on putting a call on hold. Okay, napakasimple lang. My apology. It may take us a moment to pull out your information. May I put you on hold for 2 to 3 minutes. So, nakadepende pa rin to sa industry and sa company standard ninyo kung gaano ba katagal yung allowable hold time para sa inyong mga customer. And then after you put the customer on hold, you're going to return. Ano na yung gagawin mo? So there are times that you will need additional time to finish your task. It is a must to return the call for 3 reasons. Una, notify the caller that you need additional time. So kapag kailangan mong extend yung time, dapat bumalik ka sa tawag. Huwag mong hayaang lampas na yung 2 minutes, hindi ka babalik. Babalikan mo siya, tell him that you need more time to come up with a resolution or to solve his issues. Pangalawa, give a new time frame in which you expect the concerns to be resolved. So dapat ganon. You provide another time frame. Let's say you need more minute, let's say more minutes, let's say 2 minutes, another 2 minutes, just tell, I need 2 more minutes to finish troubleshooting your computer, something like that. And number three, let them know what is happening, that you are working towards resolving their concerns. So give them an update. So you return the call to give them updates. And if you really couldn't accomplish the task, that's the time that you would tell your customer that you're gonna need more time and putting him on hold. You know that it's really inconvenient and uncomfortable for you to put your customer on hold for such a long period of time. So if it's okay for him to just wait for your call back for an hour or 2 hours, depende. Pero you have to stick on your promise. You have to keep your promise, diba? Next, when you return the call, you have to thank the customer for waiting. Always acknowledge the patience of your customer, that he or she waited for such a long period of time. And then apologize for the wait. This is important. You have to apologize for the inconvenience that you have caused your customer. So kapag ginawa mo to, mas magiging cooperative yung iyong customer sa'yo. And then, ito yung pangalawa, na under noong return the call, inform the caller of the status of progress of the task at hand. So this is the example. Miss Bautista will check to see if I can fix it from my end. Can you please hold for a minute? Pause. Kung sabi niya okay, then say thank you. And then after it, return the call. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, Miss Bautista, but the system is still verifying the data. Can you please give me a minute or two while I update that for you? So, yan yung tama. Paano bumalik sa call. And then, fourth, acknowledge the customer. So, it's important to acknowledge the customer. So, use the customer's name and then make sure that you understand the problem and you tell what's the problem. So if you're not going to be able to tell the problem to your customer, it means that you don't understand the problem. And of course, you show your willingness to help or resolve the problem. And then take a relatable approach. So make sure that when the caller tells you what's the problem, make sure that you know where he or she is coming from, because you show that you relate to them, and therefore you're going to show this or take a relatable approach to them. And then a state apology, we've done with that, and then give reassurance that you're going to be able to finish up solve the issue in this particular period of time, and therefore you need that time for you to be able to finish that up. Okay. So proper closing, here are the steps on how to end the call professionally. Una, thank the customer and summarize what has been accomplished. So, pangalawa, let the customer know what will happen next. So, for example, in my work back then, I was working in with those patient ordering for medical equipment. I usually do this by, sir, thank you for being the best part of our company. What we have done today, I was able to put your order for a wheelchair, and then let them know what will happen next. I charge your credit card with an amount of $35, and you can expect the delivery of the wheelchair within 2 to 3 business days, something like that. So you tell what's going to happen after you finish the transaction, and ask the customer if there is anything else that you can assist with. This one is important because you've sometimes failed the QA evaluation if you forgot to ask this question: is there anything that I can help you with after you finish processing that transaction? So that is a must to always ask, is there anything else, because that shows your willingness to help, to be of service. Number 4, finish with a well-mannered closing statement. That is simple. Once again, thank you for calling ABC Healthcare. This is RJ. You have a good day, something like that. It doesn't have to be that long, but it should be as professional as that. Sample closing script. Thank you for calling. Your order for overnight delivery has been placed, and you can expect it to be delivered within the next 24 hours. Is there anything I can help you with? Wait for the answer. All right. Thank you for calling ABC Company. Have a good day. So that's how you end your call professionally. So whole process, we learned how to ask permission and give reason for hold and hold estimate, kung gaano katagal yung hold, returning the call, thank the customer for waiting, apologize if the customer apologize for the inconvenience, and if you need to extend, pinag-aralan natin yun today. And acknowledge the customer, use the name, acknowledge the problem, and give reassurance that you're going to be able to come up with a resolution. And then proper closing, again, thank the customer, summarize what has transpired during the call, update what's going to happen next. All right, so for your assignment, I wanted you to submit a mock call script that demonstrate the proper hold process and send it to this email, rj.telly@deped.gov.ph. Send it to me. If I see that you did such a good job in making a mock call script, I'm going to use your mock call script in my next ETUlay session and also on my DepEd TV episode. So you're going to be featured, and your name gonna be there, or if you're available, I can give you a Zoom call and we can make this mock call together if you're just interested. But I hope you are. So submit lang yan sa rj.telly@deped.gov.ph. So yung assignment mo, make a mock call script that demonstrates the proper hold process. So stick around, meron pang next tutor, and that's it for contact center services for day 10. Thank you so much.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan sa Lunes mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Science. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!